My birthday and Father's Day hit me differently this year because I realized I might be better at being needed than being celebrated. For my birthday, I ended up getting some of the best sushi I've had. And then there were gifts for my Amazon wish list. In my head, I thought maybe some of it was for my birthday, and some of it was being saved for Father's Day. But then more came than I expected. And I remember feeling grateful, but also uncomfortable. Not because I didn't appreciate it, I did, but because I did not really know what to do with being celebrated like that. And that showed me something about myself. As a father, especially in a blended family, it is easy to start believing you have to be the answer for everything: the mechanic, the rescuer, the emergency solution, the person everybody can call when something goes wrong. And sometimes fatherhood does require you to show up. Sometimes there's a real need. Sometimes your family really does need you to step in. But I'm learning that fatherhood is not the same thing as saviorhood. And that distinction matters. Because if I'm not careful, I can turn being dependable into trying to be God. I can start thinking every problem has to come through me. Every need has to be answered by me. Every gap has to be filled by me. And at first, that can sound noble, but sometimes it is not peace. Sometimes it is fear. Sometimes it is control. Sometimes it is me trying to make sure nothing falls apart because deep down, I'm afraid of what happens if I stop carrying everything. And turning 34 made me sit with that. Father's Day made me sit with that. Being celebrated made me sit with that. Because my family was not asking me to fix anything in that moment. They were not asking me to carry another weight. They were not handing me another problem. They were just trying to love me. And I had to receive it. That sounds simple, but it was harder than I expected. Because receiving love requires you to stop managing the room for a second. It requires you to stop calculating the next problem. It requires you to believe that you are allowed to be seen too. And I think that is something a lot of fathers struggle with. We know how to provide. We know how to push. We know how to sacrifice. We know how to keep moving. But when someone says, "We see you," sometimes we do not know what to do with that. I'm still working through it. I'm still learning how to receive without feeling guilty, without feeling awkward, without feeling like I need to immediately earn it back. And in my blended family, I'm learning this even more. I do not have to be everything for everybody. I do not have to drop everything and become the super mechanic every time a car has an issue. I don't have to be the rescuer in every emergency. Most times, being a father means being steady, being present, being a rock, without trying to become everybody's savior. Because that is not my job. That is God's job. And He already sent His Son to carry what I was never built to carry. So before I try to save everybody again, I need to call on Jesus first. That is what this birthday and Father's Day exposed in me. I'm loved, I'm needed, but I'm not the savior. And maybe part of becoming a better father is learning how to receive that truth before I run back to carrying what was never mine to carry alone.